As of Operation Deadly Omen, we finally got our new attacker, Deimos. He's a very interesting operator, and he's very fun to play, especially since he has a new gun, which we are going to talk about later. We're going to talk about his gadget, his new gun, of course, and what role he can fill on your team. And I will say this now, since he is a new operator, everything I talk about here is subject to change soon if Ubisoft decides to nerf him or buff him in any way. But enough talking, let's go ahead and talk about Deimos. Deimos is a 2-speed 2 armor, and his special gadget is the Death Mark Tracker. Once a defender has been revealed, Deimos has the ability to track any defender he wants. You'll know you will reveal a defender once you see at the top right, you see an operator's icon. So right there, I just pinged Echo. I pinged Rook right there too. So it's basically once you ping someone with a cam or something, and the ping 2.0 also counts. So if you ping a gadget, they will reveal them, and then Deimos can track them. Once Deimos tracks a Rook, for example, then both the attackers and defenders will be alerted that Deimos has started tracking Rook. Once Deimos starts tracking a defender, Deimos will get a Grim ping on them. And what I mean by that is basically it's just OG Lion. You have wall hacks on the defender. I mean, if you just saw the gameplay there, I straight up saw where Doc was going at all times. But as a defender, one thing you need to know is once you start getting tracked by Deimos, you can also see where he is. However, you don't get wall hacks on him, you just get regular red ping. And it doesn't matter if you are Deimos or the defenders that's being tracked, only you guys can see the pings. However, one thing you need to know about Deimos is once your gadget is activated, you are forced onto his new Vendetta 44 handgun. Here is the Vendetta 44, which is the new gun I was talking about. And as you can see here, it seems like a bad thing at first to only be restricted to a handgun during your gadget. However, as you can see by the damage, that's not so bad. But it does have 6 rounds, so being able to 2-shot is really good. It has a relatively quick reload and a really good fire rate. You pretty much shred a lot of people with that. And a really cool ability about this gun is that it makes really good holes. So if someone is through the wall and you're tracking them, just kill them like that. It is a very fun gun to use, and it is really good. There's nothing else to say about it. Before we continue with the rest of the video, I would like to thank our sponsor for today's video, Technophiliac. Hey mom, look, I actually did something. Technophiliac is a tech accessory e-commerce site with all the latest items to save you time, money, and hassle. Their products are innovative and sleek with nice designs that feel good in the hand and look good wherever you need them to go. I personally use the 3-in-1 wireless charger that charges my phone, watch, and headphones. To see their full list of products, visit Technophiliac's store and use the promo code CREATORT. It would help me and the channel out a lot. And thanks again to the team over at Technophiliac for sponsoring this video. Anyway, let's go back to Deimos. Now, by just looking at the gadget, you can kind of tell that he's a really good tracker similar to Jackal. But the thing about Jackal is that he pretty much has to be in the building in order to start tracking them. While Deimos could literally be anywhere on the map, start tracking you, and now he knows exactly where the defender is. Granted, you also know where Deimos is. And this is where his gameplay starts to differ from other roam clearing operators. Once you have enough map knowledge, you can tell your teams exactly where the defenders are. One strat a lot of people have been doing with Deimos is just going onto the roof of the map and start giving out free callouts for their team. Which is not a bad way to play Deimos, however, he can really excel at clearing out roamers, or at least roamers that are far away from sight and other defenders. Because once you have been tracked, you are basically forced into a 1v1 with Deimos. And he knows exactly where you're going, so you're going to have to be really creative or play an operator like Vigil who can actually counter him. There are 2 more operators that can counter his gadget as well, that being Mute and Tuberel. Another thing you can do with him is if the defenders are playing a basement side that has a lot of vertical play, basically go above, start pinging the anchors in the site, and just kill them for free. I would say I played a lot of Deimos so far, and by just doing this strat, it's very easy to get some kills, and it will make the defenders mad, so don't be surprised if you get called some bad words. Now, you can technically also go below Deimos and do the same thing, however, I haven't been as successful while doing this. I don't know if it's because of the verticality, or if I'm just bad. Probably both, actually. A few tips I can give about this gadget is, number 1, if you are in a 1vx scenario, so let's say a 1v4, probably don't use your gadget as much anymore. Because remember, you're also being pinged by that one defender. So that means SEAL Team 6 is about to be on your ass. But that does kind of lead into tip number 2. You can cancel the gadget once you activate it. So if you are straight up just in a 1v1 in a round, then you can ping where the last defender is and immediately cancel it and have a general idea where that defender is without joining and still having your gun up. And for tip number 3, Deimos comes with frags. So if you find yourself in a scenario where you need to push a defender out of a corner because you can't wallbang them or anything, then just throw the frag grenades at them because either they stay there and die to the frag, or they move and you kill them. But let's go ahead and talk about your only 2 primary options. Here is his AK. It does come with an ACOG. It also does have a really good magazine size, and the damage is okay. However, the fire rate, recoil, and the fact that you cannot put a vertical grip on it kind of makes it weaker, I would say. It is your only full auto primary option, so you may as well run it. He also does come with the M590, which for Deimos actually is not that bad because you basically have a pocket DMR, so you can actually get away with running the shotgun. And it's not bad, but obviously since the laser sight doesn't reduce the hip fire spread anymore, it's alright. It's an alright shotgun. I've already mentioned that he has frag grenades that he can use to try to flush out any defenders in the corner. But he also does come with the secondary heart breach gadget if you want to use it to try to open up any lines of sights or open up a hatch as well. I think they are a bit niche compared to the frag grenades on Deimos because I feel like they fit his playstyle more. But other than that, that's pretty much everything that Deimos can bring to the table. I think even for an experienced player, he might be a bit tricky to play, but once you learn him, I feel like he can bring a lot of value to your team. And Deimos is the first attacker in, I want to say 3 years, that I have legitimately enjoyed playing so much, and I can see myself playing him a lot. So if you are on the fence of getting him or not, I highly recommend him strictly from a fun point of view. And I can see him being viable on a lot of sides, so that's good as well. But that's pretty much the end of the video, and I don't want to keep you here for too much longer. If you like what I make, I appreciate it if you subscribe, and if you're interested in any other operators, I have likely covered them in my playlist, so go check that out. But with all that said, I am Tony. I hope you have a good day or good night, and goodbye.